There are 3 easy steps in creating your resume link. Let me show you how.
Step 1. Register. Go to www.jobs180.com using any browser and click Register Now. Fill out all the information needed. In choosing your resume link, use your full name so that it looks professional and it's easy to recall by potential employers. For example, Antonio Juan de la Cruz .jobs180.com. Step 2. Create and design. When creating your resume, make sure to complete your personal information and upload your profile picture. One of the highlights of the resume link is the portfolio section. In the portfolio section, you can show off your skills by uploading samples of your work like documents, pictures, videos, and your social media links.
Your resume link also features different themes and you can upload a cover photo. This is a combination of a cover letter and a social network cover photo. Here is an example. You can also download a copy of your resume link and print it. Step 3. Apply for a job. There are many ways to apply with your resume link.
First is browsing the job recommendations in your Jobs 180 dashboard.
If you're qualified, click Submit Resume Link. So what are you waiting for? Dress up your next generation resume, stand out brightly among the competitive job seekers in the market, and win the heart of your future employers using Resume Link.
Change. It happens when you least expect it, but also when you embrace it. At Accenture, we help the world's biggest brands thrive through change. Our people combine technology and creativity, expertise and experience, learning and collaboration, passion and purpose to make a difference for our clients, their customers, our company, and our communities. Behind every great change is a great human. Bring your skills, your curiosity, and your true self to your work every day. Let's do incredible things. Let's deliver on the promise of technology and human ingenuity.
All right, so good morning, everyone. Welcome to Jobs180.com's Marketing Me Live at Emilio Aguinaldo College, Cavite campus. So today we will be joined by speakers from Jobs180.com, Shearwater Health, and Makati Medical Center. So before we start, may we invite everybody for a short prayer followed by the singing of the national anthem.
Praise God from whom all blessings flow. Praise Him, all creatures here below. Praise Him above the heavenly host. Praise Father, Son, and Holy
Mga kababayan, ang pambansang awit ng Pilipinas.
All around the
All right,
world,
so-
people's lives are better because of Oracle.
All right, so again, welcome everyone. So ready na ba kayo? I hope you all are. And by the way, my name is Joyce from jobs180.com. I will be your today's host, and we are live via Jobs180 Facebook and Jobs180 YouTube page. And we hope that everybody is excited to learn new things today. All right, so to officially start today's session, may we invite Mr. Herman Riñez, RGC Director for Center for Counseling, Career, and Student Development from Emilio Aguinaldo College for the opening remarks.
Good morning, Miss Joyce. Thank you. Yan. And of course, I would like to say good morning po sa ating Manila and Cavite Community Campus ng Emilio Aguinaldo College. Of course, I would like also to say good morning to our President, Dr. Jose Paolo Campus, and to our Vice President for Administration, Dr. Lorenzo C. Lorenzo, as well as to the VPAA of Cavite and Manila campuses, Dr. Rebecca Miranda and Dr. Erin Sala. Also to the deans and heads, as well as the principal of senior high school, special mention to Sir Guillermo, Ernesto Guillermo Jr. And of course, I would like to say good morning to the graduating students of college level, collegiate level, and senior high school. And even to the graduating students who are listening right now, and even to those who are not studying at Emilio Aguinaldo College or future Emilians, isang magandang umaga po sa inyong lahat. Well, before I say something about before I open the program this morning. I would like also to say thank you to Gems 180 for providing this webinar activity for our graduating students. Special mention to Sir Kim, Chua, and his team, and of course to the admissions director of Emilio Aguinaldo College, Cavite, Ma'am Ayaris Alabon, and as well as the guidance head of um, Manila campus, Miss Eileen Mendoza, and to the whole Emilio Aguinaldo College administration. So this morning we really have a very good topic, and this is very timely, and this is very important right now as we need really to be skilled in applying, and not just the face-to-face one, but actually it's the virtual. For example, the topic about online application is very, very important that we really need that. And I think today, Jobs 180 and the speaker will bring something new about this particular arena in applying, and also the virtual interview, very important. And of course, the last but not the least topic, the importance of saving, the financial literacy aspect for us, for our graduating students. It's really, really important. So I'm looking forward that you will stay up to the last minute of this webinar so that you will learn, and you have something to apply after graduation, or maybe right now if you are already applying for a particular job. And yes, without further ado, it is my honor, it is therefore my honor to officially open this webinar, and hope to see you around and to stay tuned up to the last minute of the event. Back to you, Ma'am Joyce. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sir Herman. Thank you so much po for gracing the event and for trusting Jobs 180 to power your events. Thank you, Sir Herman. Good morning po. All right, so as usual for our audience today, please comment your name, your year, and your course. And if you have questions later on, please type them in so we can answer them after the talk. And please don't forget to tag and share this to your friends too. So kung wala pa po sila rito, please tawagin nyo na para sabay-sabay tayong matuto ngayong umaga. Okay, so here is our schedule for today. So we have online applications using resume link, which will be discussed by jobs180.com. We also have virtual interviews by Shearwater Health and Importance of Savings by Makati Medical Center. So shout out to everyone who is here na. Again, please comment your name, your year, and your course. And if you have questions later on, please type them in so we can answer them after the talk, and we can read it later. Sabi ko nga, huwag po kayong mahiyang magtanong. This is your chance to ask before you face the real adulting thing or the world of work. All right, so to our audience, sit back, relax, and let us all #learn together, and kilalanin na po natin ang ating unang speaker. So for our first topic, which is online applications using resume link, our first speaker has 20 years of experience in sales, marketing, business development, customer service, operations, business process, and human resources. As a trusted resource speaker, he has done over 1,000 plus career development seminars in more than 400 plus colleges and universities nationwide. The managing director from jobs180.com, Mr. Kim Chua. Sir Kim, take it away.
Allow me to share to you how to make a job-winning resume. Yan. A lot of you are now looking for a job and exploring for the next chapter in your life. I hope that this session will be able to help you. No, not only you, but the people that you know that needs help in terms of how to make a job-winning resume. Yan. So yan na tinatawag natin resume link. A lot of platforms right now, mga online platforms are being offered left and right. But for you to know paano to magiging job-winning tool or job-winning resume to, meron akong checklist. So go with me, no, with all these checklists. Your checklist should include the following. Number 1, kailangan mag-stand out ka. When you look for a job, you have to be able to stand out. Because if you're not going to be able to stand out, then I think you'll just be part of the crowd. You'll be one of the next applicant na wala lang, na hindi mapapansin. Another thing that should be in your checklist is that you should only have one file. Hindi dapat maraming files na iba-iba sinesend sa mga companies. Mas maganda, isang file lang para pag sinend mo, lahat ng details mo nandoon na. Another thing in your checklist is that it should make the process more efficient. Ibig sabihin, mas mabilis mag-submit, mas mabilis makita ng HR, at mas mabilis kayo makontak for possible next steps na or possible job offer na. Now, another thing in my checklist is that dapat tipid ito, wala itong gastos. The tool that I will show you today, wala itong gastos. Libre po ito. At higit sa lahat, ito ang pinaka-importante sa lahat. This should be in your checklist. The tool should be secured. Okay? More than anything, importante talaga ang data. Pero ang data ninyo, dapat yung protectionan. And using this tool, this is the most secured resume kung tawagin. Bakit siya tinawag na most secured resume? Let me go through the next slides na. Okay? Ito ang tinatawag na resume link. Okay? A personalized URL for anyone can open online anytime. I will use an example para makarelate kayo. If you are John Santos, ang link mo or resume link mo pwede maging johnsantos.jobs180.com. Ganun lang kasimple. At yan na po ang resume link nyo. So how do you make one? Go with me through the 3 simple steps. First step is you have to register. Absolutely, wala tong bayad. Libre po ito. How do you register? You go to the website of jobs180.com. That's www.jobs180.com at dun ka mag-register on the upper right side of your screen. Now, as you do that, you have to put the basic information. Okay, so alam nyo na ano mga information yan. Hindi ko na isa-isahin. Babawasan nyo naman at alam nyo naman ano dapat ilagay. Now, as you create your account, you have to use a valid email. Okay? Now, before we go to the email, paalala ko lang, sa mga nag-isip sa inyo, paano kung hindi ako si John Santos, ano gagawin kong resume link? O yan, baka nag-isip kayo eh. So, if ever lang, meron kang kapangalan, okay, just so happen na may ibang John Santos na nauna sa inyo, ano mangyayari? Magkakaroon doon na red na box, sasabihin niya, this name has already been taken. Huwag kayong malungkot. Pag taken na, okay lang, just be creative. Pwede mo gawin, baliktarin mo. Gawin mo santosjohn.jobs180.com o kaya J Santos o kaya Santos J o kaya JS o kaya SJ. Depende kung ano gusto mo gawin. Basta importante, wala kang kapangalan. Okay? Wala kang kapareho. Now, when you do this, huwag kayong OA. Do not create yung mga ganong klaseng over creative na mga resume link because it doesn't look professional. Imagine submitting to a company with your resume link that says eljablo.jobs180.com. Hindi yan mukhang professional. Okay? Now, when you register, please use a valid email. Ito yung emphasis ko lang sa pag-create nyo ng account na dapat gamitin yung email, yung nabubuksan yung email, kagaya ng Gmail, Yahoo, or any email na nabubuksan nyo. Do not create, example lang yung mga email na kagaya ng ganito, patricia@facebook.com na email. Huwag kang gagamit ng joseph@facebook.com na email to register. In short, huwag mong gagamitin yung @facebook.com na email. Because if you use @facebook.com na email, you will no longer be able to receive notification being sent to you by the companies as well as jobs180.com. Importante po na nabubuksan nyo yung email nyo kasi kailangan mo i-verify yung account mo. Okay? It is very important that you verify your account as a proof na ikaw nag-register at pangalawa, para ikaw yung makapag-apply. If you don't do this, if you don't verify, walang mangyayari sa account nyo. Okay? So, sayang lang. So, you have to verify to finish the first step. Okay? How do you verify? Just open your email, look for the link, click mo yung verify, you're done with the first step. Okay? Tapos na yung first step. Ano yung first step? Register. Wala tong bayad. Let's go to the second step. Ang second step, ang pinaka-logical sa lahat. Kailangan kumpletong detalye nyo. So how do you do that? You go back again to your account by going to the website of jobs180.com. This time, hindi mo kailangan mag-register. Ang gagawin mo, mag-login. Pag login mo, lagay mo dito yung email nyo or resume link nyo. Kayo lang may alam yan. At lalo na yung password nyo na kayo lang talaga may alam yan. So when you do that, you now go inside your account. Pag nasa loob na kayo ng account nyo, ano gagawin nyo? Mabilis na lang ito. Fill in the blanks. Okay? Now, I don't have to go through all the information here because definitely, alam mo naman pag sinabi ditong name, malamang pangalan nyo. Pag nakalagay dito address, malamang address nyo. Diba? So you put all the information ninyo dito. Okay? Lagay nyo. Then, what else do you put in here? Importante po, lagay dito lahat ng posibleng paraan na pwede ka makontak ng isang HR. Kagaya ng social media account nyo. Diba? Hindi lang email tsaka phone number. Bakit? Most of the time, ano nangyayari? Okay, let me tell you. Marami sa inyo nilalagay nyo phone number nyo. Pero pag tinatawagan kayo ng HR, hindi nyo sinasagot, lalo na pag hindi mo kilala. Hala, sino kaya ito? Hindi mo sasagutin. Diba? Kasi takot kayo, baka nagsascam or whoever yung tumatawag. So ano mangyayari sa mga HR? Mag-i-email kami ngayon sa inyo. But you don't open email more often that you open your social media account. So I recommend lahat ng posibleng paraan na pwede ka makontak na isang HR, ilagay mo dito. Kagaya ng mga Facebook nyo or Twitter nyo para mabilis tayo makapag-PM. Private message, makapag-invite for the next step. Okay? What else do you put here? You also put here your work options, yung mga work experience nyo. Pagdating po sa work options, you can see on the screen, you have 4 options na pwede nyo pagpilian. Parang switch lang yan. Yes, no switch, on, off switch. So you can choose here, example, looking for OJT, lagay mo yes, if you're looking for OJT right now. And later on, pag hindi na, turn it off. Ilagay mo na no. Diba? So depende yan kung anong mas trip nyo or anong mas pasok dun sa hinahanap nyo right now. What the system will do is it will try to match you with companies who are also looking for the same profile with what you have. Yan yung kagandahan ng tool natin. Hindi mo kailangan mag-door-to-door para mag-submit ng resume link ninyo. Okay? What else do you put here? You put here your school under education. Even later on, okay, pagka-graduate nyo, you can also put here your schools. Yung mga nag-take pa kayo ng further studies, pwede mo rin ilagay dito. Okay, so walang limit sa space yan. Pagdating ko sa seminars attended, ganun din. Kahit gano'ng karami, pwede nyo ilagay dito. Kahit magkopyahan pa kayo. Just make sure lang alam mo yung seminar na yon. Kaya baka matanong ka sa interview. Pagdating po sa certification, ganun din. Put all the certification programs that you've had, you put it here. Okay? When it comes to the achievement, do not limit your achievement only inside the school. Hindi lahat na nakikinig ngayon ay Dean's Lister. Hindi kayo lahat dito ay honor student. Diba? Ayan, nag-agree marami sa inyo. So, hindi lang po ang achievement nakabase sa academic excellence. Some of you are student leaders. So, if you're active sa school, you also put it here kung ano yung mga pinagkakaabalahan nyo. And hindi lang sa loob ng school, even outside the school. If you're active in your barangay, halimbawa, isa kang tanod, ilagay mo dyan. Diba? Yan yung mga achievement ninyo. So, you put it here. Bakit? Because what you're doing now is you're trying to market yourself more effectively to that prospective company. Okay? Now, when it comes to the skills and languages, ito yung common observation namin mga HR. Pagdating sa skills, nilalagay mo lang na skills yung mga umiikot lang sa course nyo. Hindi porkat communication arts ang course mo, com arts lang ang skills na alam mo. Hindi porkat engineering ang course mo, ang alam mo lang na skill ay pang-engineering. Hindi porkat tourism or HRM ang course mo, ang alam mo lang na skill ay pang-tourism at pang-HRM. Maybe some of you are into multimedia, into photography, into videography, into something else, arts, crafts, whatever. Lahat ng yan, skills nyo yan. Remember, what you're doing here is you're marketing yourself more effectively. Kaya kung ako sa inyo, ilagay mo dito lahat ng skills na alam ninyo. Pagdating po sa languages, ganun din. Huwag mong ilimit yan sa 2 lengguwahe lang. Because I'm sure alam nyo na yung 2. Kung 2 lang talaga alam nyo, din 2 lang. Ano tong 2 to? English and Tagalog or Filipino. Okay? Now, if you know other local dialect, Bisaya, Kapampangan, Sabacano, Ilonggo, you can also put it here. If you know foreign languages, German, French, Chinese, Japanese, diba, Korean, pwede mo ilagay dyan. Okay? Walang limit sa space yan. When it comes to the references, sigurado ko yung mga references nyo, kilala nyo. Ang malaking tanong dito kayo ba'y kilala nila? Sana oo, di ba? Kasi madalas pag tumatawag kami sa mga references nyo, hindi kayo maalala. So please tell them, ginawa nyo silang reference para at least they know what to tell about you. Okay? Now at this point, to make your life easier, kung sakali lang nakagawa ka na ng resume nyo in your Word file or maybe in your doc file, depende kung anong file nyo, PDF file, whatever file you have. Kung nakagawa ka na ng resume nyo, simple na lang. Just copy all the information inside dito. Na ilagay mo sa loob ng resume link. Just transfer them here inside the resume link para maging secured yung data nyo. Okay? Kung bakit secured, I'll tell you as we go along. Okay? So yung mga sinabi ko, I think alam nyo na yan. Alam nyo na yan. Okay? Itong mga susunod kong papakita, ito yung mga amazing na portion. Let me start with the portfolio section. Ano yung portfolio section? This is the part where you now upload evidence of your skills. Example, ano ebidensya na graduate na kayo later on? Diploma, di ba? Transcript. Ano pa? Toga? Hindi ebidensya yung toga. Okay? Kung ano man meron nyo, di ba? Certificate, diploma, yan. Ebidensya yan. Okay? Kung transcript of records is evidence na graduate na kayo. Ano ebidensya na wala kayong criminal record? NBA clearance, police clearance, di ba? Ano ebidensya na pwede ka pumunta sa ibang bansa? Passport, visa, lahat ng mga sinasabi mong mga skills mo or yung mga what you're claiming that you know, you can now support them here sa portfolio section by showing those documents. Diba? Anong ebidensya na ikaw ay healthy? Meron kang medical clearance. Anong ebidensya na pwede ka mag-drive ng sasakyan? Meron kang driver's license. Diba? So gets nyo na yung sinasabi ko. Ang point ko lang is, you can now put the things here to support yung claim nyo of your skills. Now, you're starting to think, Sir, kung pare-pareho naman kaming graduate sa school namin, pare-pareho kami magkakaklase, same yung course namin, same yung school, same yung teachers, same yung curriculum, pare-pareho lang naman kami lahat, walang experience sa trabaho, how will we stand out? Ayan, di ba? Okay, ito ngayon yung isang magandang recommendation ko sa inyo on how you now stand out. You get your smartphones. Kunin mo yung mga smartphones nyo. Kung wala, manghiram sa kaibigan. Okay, hiram mo sa kaibigan mo. I-record mo yung selfie video mo. You say something interesting about yourself. Record it in about 30 seconds to 1 minute lang. Huwag na masyadong mahaba. Ano gagawin mo? Pretend that you are being interviewed by the HR. So you answer basic questions like, tell me something about yourself. O, di ba? Ano yung mga gasgas sa tanong natin? Why should we hire you? O, di ba? Just imagine na tinanong ka ng HR at sasagutin mo na lang siya. Ang maganda lang ngayon, recorded mo. So, kung di mo type yung sagot, i-delete mo. Pag type mo, you save it. Then you upload it sa YouTube or sa Vimeo. Maraming mga video channel na libre, yung mga video converter sa online. Hanapin mo lang. And when you're done, you put that video link doon sa portfolio section nyo. O, di ba? This time, it will definitely make you stand out because depende na to sa diskarte mo on how you're going to present yourself. Okay? So I leave it up to you on how you do that. Now, another thing for you to do, na sure akong hindi to makokopya ng classmate mo, ay yung picture mo. Diba? So you put your profile picture here. Now, when it comes to the picture, hindi kailangan sobrang formal na formal. Hindi kailangan pumunta sa studio. Huwag na kayo gumastos. Ang importante dito, tumingin kayo sa camera. Plain background. Okay? Plain background, tumingin kayo sa camera. Wear something, of course. Wear something decent. Okay? Do not upload profile pictures that look like the right side of your screen. Yung mga sample na yan, hindi po maganda example yan. Okay? So, huwag kayo maglagay ng ganun kasi mga sample na profile picture. Now, another good thing pa that will make you stand out using the resume link is your cover photo. Yes! A picture paints 1,000 words. Yan ang kasabihan na very, very applicable dito. A lot of you who are listening today, hindi kayo gifted with writing skills. Hirap kayo i-express ang inyong feelings at inyong thoughts into words. Hindi mo ma-type, hindi mo ma-sulat. Tama? Hirap tayo eh. Bakit? Hindi natural sa atin yan. Pero pagdating sa picture, kaya mo i-express yung inyong personality. Look at the examples I'm showing you. Look at the one on the left. Ano siya? Isa siyang ophthalmologist or optometrist. Sabi naman ng iba, eye expert. Di ba? Yung sa kanan, ano siya? Sabi ng iba, sir, parang IT. Sir, techie siguro kasi maraming gadget, pati stapler, gadget niya. Diba? Halimbawa, o sabi ng iba naman, sir, parang makalat. O depende na kung how you are going to interpret it. But now, the way I see it, itong taong to, multitasker. Okay? Another good example I'm showing you is this one. Someone from psychology, someone from neurologist, or maybe someone who knows left and right. Ganun lang kasimple. No? So, depende yan how you're going to express yourself. Okay? Another good example pa, ito. Itong person na to, ang gusto niya sabihin, there's no shortcut to success. You will be able to reach your goal by taking one step at a time. O, di ba? So, I'm showing you good examples. Hindi yan member na akit bahay gang. Hindi rin po yan social climber, in case that's what you're thinking. So, kung nagpakita ko ng magaganda example, I will also show you yung mga hindi magandang example para wag niyong gagayahin. Huwag kayo magpapaka-misteryoso. Okay? Make sure you put your picture there. Okay? Kasi maraming pangalan ngayon interchangeable. Ako mismo, guilty ako dyan. My name is Kim. A lot of people think babae ako. Ako rin mismo, napagkakamalan ko yung mga aplikante, panakita ko, Chris, George, Alex, Sam. O, diba? Minsan isipin ko, Joey, lalaki. Yung pala, babae. Diba? So you better put your picture there para at least alam ng HR who to expect. Okay? Now, when you make your resume link, dapat may laman talaga yan. Kasi kung walang laman yan, ganyan itsura niyan. Blanco. And how do you expect companies will look, or HR from companies will look at your profile if you submit to them resume links that look like this? It's like submitting a piece of a paper, bond paper, or long bond paper, short bond paper na walang laman except pangalan mo. And that's the same as this one. So hindi yan papansinin ng mga HR for sure. Okay? Sayang lang oras nyo tsaka oras ng HR. Kailangan attractive. Okay? When I say attractive or catchy, do not overdo it naman. Now, this is just in my opinion. In my opinion, I think this one is not a good example. Kasi ang dating niya parang tamad, parang happy-go-lucky, parang chill-chill lang, no? Parang gano'n na dating. So, I leave it up to you on how you'll be, expressing yourself na dito. Okay? So sa mga personality nyo. Alam niyo na ano dapat yung gawin at hindi yung dapat gawin. So showing a very good example is si iExpert. Tignan mo, lahat ng detalye niya kompleto. Everything from top to bottom, kompleto lahat ng details including yung kanyang mga portfolio section na nagpapatunay na siya ay isang licensed ophthalmologist. Pinakita niya lahat ng mga posibleng hingiin pa sa kanya ng mga HR. So bakit ko sinabi sa inyo napapabilis yung buhay dito? Hindi lang buhay nyo. Pati buhay din ng HR napapabilis. Because once you submit all this information to that company, when the HR opens your resume link and sees everything about you, dalawa lang ang pwedeng mangyari niyan. One is, nahuli mo attention, gusto ka niya ngayon kausapin or schedule for the next step, like interview or possibly job offer, or hindi ka nag-fit. Yun yung second, di ba? Para at least, ang maganda rito, hindi na pabalik-balik, hindi na siya tatawag para sabihin, hello ma'am, meron ka bang evidence na graduate ka na talaga sa school na yan? Can you send me your transcript? Di ba? Can you send me yung mga evidence or yung mga sample skills or sample work mo kasi you are in IT or in graphic design? Di ba? Gets mo ibig ko sabihin? Huwag nang pabalik-balik, sayang yung oras. Okay? Time is of the essence, lalo na ngayon. So you put everything there, at least pag nakita ng HR, diretso na kagad sa pagprocess sa inyo. Okay? A lot of you are now thinking, Sir, pag gumawa ako ng resume link at nilagay ko lahat ng information ko dyan, baka naman yung mga data ko nakakalat na sa buong mundo. Baka naman yung mga information ko nakalantad na sa buong internet. The answer is, no. Kaya nga siya tinawag na the most secured resume. Okay? Bakit siya tinawag na most secured resume? Because you have the ultimate control over your privacy settings. Follow the screen. Inside your dashboard, when you log in, you can go to your settings. Sa settings mo, to be specific, puntahan mo yung privacy settings. In your privacy settings, you choose the information that you want to show in public. Halimbawa lang you do not want to show your birthday. What do? Turn it off. Ayaw mo pakita yung address mo. What do? Turn it off. Ayaw mo pakita ang inyong references. What do? Turn it off. So lahat na naka-off, hindi lalabas sa public. At sino may control niyan? Kayo lang. O, di ba? Ang maganda pa rito, real-time update yan. Halimbawa, today, you decide not to show your birthday, your address, and references. And then 5 minutes later, you decide, sige, pakita ko na nga birthday ko. Turn it on. Real-time. 5 minutes later, the moment you save your settings, lahat na binigyan mo ng resume link, updated na rin sila real-time. As in real-time. Di ba? Ayos, di ba? Sige, tuloy natin. Tuloy pa natin to. So, reminders ko na lang sa mga late na dumating or kakakinig lang, when you make your resume link, make sure that your profile is interesting and attractive. Okay? Wag OA. Iba yung over naman yun. No? Wag naman ganun. So, make sure it's attractive, it's catchy. Complete all the information, especially your contact details. Kasi sayang naman lahat ng ginawa mo, nahuli mo attention, hindi ka makontak ng HR. So, better make sure nandyan yung mga contact details na updated. Okay? So, yan. So, tapos na tayo sa 2 steps. Last step na lang. Ano yung first step? Recap lang. First step is register. Wala tong bayad. Libre po yan. Second step is for you to complete the information. Yan ang pinaka-logical. And the last step now is for you to submit. So, you're now thinking, okay to paano ko gagamitin ngayon yung resume link? Bigyan kita ng iba-ibang paraan. Okay? Lahat ito practical application para makarelate kayo. Unang option, pumunta ka sa website ng jobs180.com. That's www.jobs180.com, and that's where you now start to look for companies. Type the companies that you're looking for. Pag may lumabas, edi good. Pag walang lumabas, edi wala. Okay, huwag din pilitin. Okay? Now, you can also see there a lot of companies, a lot of company logos that you can shop around, you can choose, learn about the company, and if you want to be part of the company, I recommend you submit your resume link kahit na hindi ka pa qualified. Let me repeat what I just said. If you want to be part of an organization, if you want to be part of that company, even if you are not yet qualified, I recommend you give your resume link to that company. Bakit? Imagine, kung ngayong hapon, ngayong araw, nagsubmit ka ng resume link sa isang kumpanya na naghahanap ng 3 years experience na aplikante. Wala ka pang 3 years experience. Okay lang. Because nabigay mo na yung resume link mo sa kanya, pagdating ng 2024, siguro naman by that time, meron ka ng 3 years experience, di ba? Kasi nag-work ka na ngayon by 2021. By 2024, may 3 years experience ka na, pwede ka na ma-qualify dun sa position in applyan mo. And you never know. That company might just contact you later on, provided that your details are still updated. So you have to update those information real time. Ayos ba? Ayos, di ba? Wala nang pabalik-balik. Hindi mo na kailangan magbalik-balik dun sa kumpanya para sabihin, nag-apply po ko sa inyo last year. Ako po yung OJT nyo 3 months ago. Wala nang ganun. Okay? Another practical application. When you submit your resumes through email, how do you do that? Madalas, ito ginagawa natin. Mag-email tayo, sasabihin natin, Dear HR Manager, I would like to apply for the following position. And this is my resume. Ano gagawin nyo? I-attach mo yung Word file mo or PDF file mo. Tama? If that is how you're doing it, wag mo nang gawin yon. Wag ka na mag-attach ng anything sa email. Pampabagal lang yan, tsaka makaluma na yung style na yan. Bakit ko sinabi yon? Kasi hindi mo na kailangan talaga mag-attach ng anything. Ang gagawin mo, i-type mo na lang doon sa email mo yung resume link mo. Example, Dear HR Manager, I would like to apply for the following position. And this is my resume. In this example, Antonio Juan de la Cruz, 01.jobs180.com. That's it. Submit. I look forward to your information soon. Thank you. Send. Every time meron kang babaguhin sa details mo, hindi mo na kailangan padalhan yung HR. Kasi kung ginagamit mo mga attachment, ang kulit niyan eh. Ang kulit, saka nakapagod. Ano gagawin mo pag nagbago ka ng phone number? Dear HR Manager, this is now my updated resume. Mamaya-maya, 2 weeks later, nagpalit ka ng phone number. Ano gagawin mo? Dear HR Manager, this is now my updated, most recent resume. O, di ba? Every time meron kang babaguhin, padala ka na padala doon sa HR. Nakakapagod yan, hindi lang sa part nyo, kundi sa part din namin sa mga HR to keep track which one yung pinaka-updated na details. So this time, wala na kailangan. Palit-palit na lang kayo ng details nyo, update-update na lang sa loob ng resume link. Ayos ba? Ayos pa. Okay, tuloy pa natin to. Okay? If you want to print your resume, this is now the good news. You can now print your resume link. No matter how much information you have, the system will try to compress everything into one page. So kung gusto mo talaga mag-print ng papel at mag-submit sa mga kumpanya, walang kaso. Pumunta ka lang sa dashboard mo, hanapin mo yung print na option at mamili ka kung 1-column or 2-column version ang gusto mo i-print. What the system will do is it will try to compress everything into one page para tipid na. O, di ba? Now, usapang tipid. Ito mas tipid pa. Gusto mo mag-print ng resume pero gusto mo magtipid. Itong gawin mo. Gumawa ka ng resume link card. Ano tong resume link card? Sa isang pirasong long band or short band paper, mag-design ka ng maraming resume link card. No? Maliliit lang, parang business card na dating. In one piece of paper, I think you can make 10, 20 sets of cards. Depende sa size ng papel mo. At ang importante na ilagay mo dyan sa resume link card mo ay syempre ang inyong resume link. Diba? So, hindi mo na kailangan ilagay lahat ng details mo sa resume sa loob ng maliit na papel. Lagay mo lang resume link mo. And that is what you now give to the companies when you start applying. Look at the picture I'm showing you. Diba? Tipid. Hindi lang tipid. Secured pa. Tingnan nyo. If you submit yung big paper resume nyo, long band paper, sinubmit mo sa isang kumpanya, nag-apply ka. For some reason, nilipad ng hangin. Yung nakapulot ng papel na yan, alam na buong detalye mo because everything is in that one-page printout. Now, if you lose that small piece of paper, don't worry. Meron kang peace of mind. Bakit? Yung mga kapulot niyan, limited sa privacy settings mo because you have the ultimate control over your privacy settings kahit na i-type niya yan sa browser. Okay? So, ang recommend ko rin sa mga nakikinig, use the gadget. Take advantage of the technology. Use your gadget, your laptop, your cell phone, your tablet, kung ano man. Okay? Para ngayon kasi, with this day and age, technology na ang gamitin natin. Kung mano-mano pa rin kayo, wala kayong gadget, okay lang. Huwag kayong malungkot. You can still submit to the companies by just simply writing the resume link on a piece of paper. As simple as that. Okay? So, again, sa mga nagtatanong, ano yung mga guidelines ko para makagawa ako ng job-winning resume? Ito yung guideline ko. Ito yung checklist ko. Are you using the right tool? That's the ultimate question. There are so many tools right now, but these are the things that you should consider when you make your resume. And that is the resume link. It already addresses the following. Number 1, security ng information mo. I hope by this time, you have peace of mind. Ito na ang pinaka-secured na information because you have the ultimate control over your privacy setting. Pangalawa, the speed of hire becomes faster. It becomes more efficient because whatever you need, whatever the HR needs, you can already put it inside the resume link. Another thing is that it's flexible. If you want to print, just in case lang gusto mo talaga mag-print ng resume nyo, you have the option to print it. And you don't have to worry about saan ko sinave yung file na yan, saan ko tinago, wala nang ganun. Just log into your account and print. Mamili ka lang kung 1 column or 2 column version. At higit sa lahat, wala po itong bayad. Tipid po ito. Walang bayad. Okay? Ang kailangan mo lang, of course, internet. Sa mga nag-iisip sa inyo, sir, kailangan ko ng pan-data, pwede ka naman makakonect sa internet na walang data eh. Punta ka sa libreng wifi. Di ba? Baka yung kapitbahay nyo may libreng wifi, o makagamit ka muna. Later on, pag may trabaho ka na, may sweldo na, bayaran mo yung wifi niya. O di ba? Bawi-bawi lang yan. No? Give and take. And there are a lot more benefits to just what I've mentioned. Marami pang iba. You can share your resume link to whatever platform you want to share it to. Gusto mo i-text? Gusto mo siya i-private message? Gusto mo i-send via Viber? Kayo bahala. Pwede mo i-share. Basta kayo may control. Ganun lang kasimple. No? Kung hindi mo ito binigay sa kahit kanino, hindi malalaman to nung taong yon. And you don't have to save it to whatever USBs or hard drive. No need na. Wala rin tong mga tipong version na kailangan pa mag-compatible. Walang ganun. Lahat ito compatible. Pwede lahat. Okay? So shout out na lang ako. Shout out to all our school partners. By the grace of God, right now we have about 400 plus colleges and university partners nationwide, including your alma mater. So thank you. We're very thankful for this opportunity that we're able to do this kahit tayo nasa loob ng bahay, kahit kayo ay nasa loob ng bahay. So hindi tayo physically nagpe-present, pero nakakatulong pa rin tayo, especially if you have friends or relatives whom you think would need this tool. Please share this to them. Okay? Sa mga nagtatanong naman ng mga frequently asked questions, sasagutin ko na. Ito kasi yung mga common questions na kadalasan tinatanong sa akin. Ang tanong, can I give my resume link to companies who do not know about jobs180.com? The answer is absolutely yes. It depends kung sino ang bibigyan mo. Ikaw may ultimate control niyan. Okay? Pangalawang question, is this the same as other job platform like LinkedIn, JobStreet, iba pang mga job site? The answer is no. Meron tong dalawang major difference. Yes. Lalo na pagdating sa security. Okay. Of course, explain lang ako Okay. With respect to the other sites that I've mentioned, let me just use JobStreet as an example para lang mas makarelate, no? Para makarelate. You can only use JobStreet resume if you're applying to companies who are also using JobStreet. If you're applying to a company who is not using JobStreet, you cannot use your JobStreet resume anymore. With your resume link, you can use this to any type of company, any platform, wherever they are. Kahit sa loob ng Pilipinas or sa labas ng Pilipinas, pwede mong applyan. Kahit hindi niya alam ang Jobs 180, basta alam niya ang resume link mo, pwede niya mabuksan ang profile at makita according to your settings. That's the first difference. Pangalawang difference, kung nabigay mo na, kung na-submit mo na ang JobStreet resume mo sa isang company, wala ka nang pwedeng baguhin. Lahat ng data mo nandun na yan sa HR. Yes. Hindi na magbabago yan real time. With your resume link, na-submit mo today, mali pala number mo, na-submit mo today, mali pala yung spelling mo, you can always edit it, enter, save it, real-time update. Lahat ng bigyan mo ng resume link, updated real-time. Ayos? Okay, tuloy tayo sa number 3 question. Number 3 question is the easiest question. Ang tanong dito is, can I keep my information secured? I hope by this time, na-convince ko na kayo na ito na ang pinaka-secured na platform. Okay? That's the reason why I'm sharing this to you. Okay? Number 4, I think this is the most important question. How often should you update your resume link? Ang sagot dito, hindi araw-araw, hindi linggo-linggo, hindi buwan-buwan, hindi taon-taon. Ang sagot dito ay every time. Every time na meron kayong babaguhin, lalo na ang contact details nyo. Yan ang importante. You have to update your contact details every time na meron kayong papalitan doon. Kasi yan yung paraan para makontak kayo ng mga companies. And the last question is just a trivia. Why is this called jobs180.com? This is called jobs180.com because we want to turn your life around. Yan, di ba? 180 degrees. Hindi siya 360. Kasi kung 360, bumalik ka lang kung saan ka galing. Di balik-balik ka lang, balik-balik ka lang, balik-balik ka lang. Di wala nangyari. Di ba? So you have to do it 180 degrees. It's a straight line towards your career goal. Okay? Just in case may tanong pa kayo, nahiya magtanong, pumunta lang kayo sa website namin, sa jobs180.com, or email us, email me, here sa info@jobs180.com, like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, follow us on Instagram, para makakuha kayo ng mga latest trends in recruitment. Okay? Again, my name is Kim Chua. Don't forget yung wa. Okay? Baka Kim Chu lang maalala nyo. Na nagsasabing, be safe at isang magandang araw po sa inyong lahat. Thank you.
Alright, so thank you so much, Sir Kim. I hope you can hear me po. Can you hear me po, Sir Kim?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. Thank you, sir. So that's it, guys. So thank you so much, Sir Kim, for discussing about resume links. So guys, if you have questions about resume links, please, the floor is now open for questions. So feel free to ask, post your questions on the comment section. And we'll try to answer all your questions. So of course, with the help of our speaker. All right. So while waiting for questions, Sir Kim, ako na po munang mauunang magtanong.
Hmm.
Since si EAC Cavite and Manila ay merong job fair on May 6. I believe it's May 6 po, no? Tama
That's
ba? May
correct.
6 ba? Or tomorrow na ba
No,
yun?
no, May 12.
May 12. Okay. So, may job fair sila. So, of course, I would like to know, the audience would like to know kung gaano ka-convenient gamitin si resume link. Paano gagamitin si resume link on the day of the job fair?
Okay, sige. So tama yan. Very timely yung tanong mo, Ma'am Joyce. Those who are listening, paalala lang ulit, mark your calendars on May 12, it's a Thursday, alauna po ng hapon, 1 p.m. You will have your virtual career fair. So we exclusively organize this event for your school, Emilio Aguinaldo College, and we have invited a lot of companies. No? Itong mga companies na to, they're all really expecting na lahat na nakikinig ngayon, nakita ko ngayon, mga 700 plus na. So I hope you can all join that event. Now, what will happen? What to expect? Using your resume link, una sa lahat, when you create your resume link, you'll be getting a lot of notification, mga invitations for the webinars like this one and also for virtual career fairs. Maliban pa dun sa mga invitation na yun, you'll also be getting invitations for companies who matches your profile. Okay, so yung mga profile na ginawa nyo, na-create mo sa resume link mo, automatic na yan, ma-match sa profile na hinahanap nila, and then you'll be getting those invitation. It is up to you na lang if you're going to entertain them or not. So yan yung mga nakita kong practical benefit, no, in just by creating your resume link. Now, to answer the question of Ma'am Joyce, pagdating sa virtual career fair mismo, sa job fair mismo, how will you be able to use it? Now, una sa lahat, when you go to that job fair, you don't need to worry about sending or giving your personal details. Now, kadalasan kasi pag dun sa job fair, minsan, some companies will be asking, hey, do you have your email address? Can you share to me your mobile number para tatawagan ng team namin, no? Yung aplikante. And minsan may mga aplikante, because of data privacy, you put it sa chat. And remember, when you do that, hindi siya ganun ka-secured because everyone else in that meeting room will be able to see your information, whatever that info that you'll put in sa chat. Sometimes naman the HR will tell you, you can just email us, no? Email me here sa email namin, 'di ba? Yung resume mo. And sometimes you also feel na pressure kayo na naku, teka lang, hindi pa ako sure kung gusto ko na talaga mag-apply dito sa company to. That's the reason why you have the resume link. The good thing with that resume link is that at any point in time, you can just give it. Parang pumupunta ka sa 'di ba, yung mga kumbaga sa face-to-face setting, alam mo yung ang tawag diyan, yung contact tracing. 'Di ba? Minsan nako-corner ka, hindi ka makapasok sa tindahan kasi kailangan mo magsulat ng details eh. Ang ginagawa ko, ako mismo, this is what I do. When I encounter yung mga ganung contact tracing na kailangan ko mag-fill out, I just put there my resume link and my name. That's it. Yun lang dalawang information. Pag tinatanong ko nung institution or nung sino man yung tindahan na yon, or in this case kung sino man yung company who will ask me for the job fair, for the interview, about all the other details that I have, example, my mobile number, yan yung mga kadalasan hiningi, di ba? Mobile number at saka email address, I immediately tell them, you can see everything in that link. Yan lang sagot ko, you can see everything there. Now, of course, you say it politely. No, say it with all due respect po, no, ma'am, sir, lahat po ng information na kailangan po ninyo, especially pagdating po sa pagharap ng trabaho, nandiyan na po sa loob ng resume link ko. You can check it out. At kung may kulang pa po, may kailangan pa, please let me know. I can upload whatever info you need from me, whatever attachment, no, whatever files you need, I can also put it there. Now, paalala ko lang, lahat ito kontrolado nyo. That's why I recommend gawa na kayo ng resume link. Huwag nyo na antayin yung May 12 kung kailan nandiyan na yung job fair, tsaka kayo gagawa, no? Hindi kayo prepared niyan. So, you have to be prepared prior to your event, to your activity. Okay? Ayan. Nawala yung sound mo, Ma'am Joyce? Sige. Oo, ayan. Wala pa rin yung sound nyo eh. Habang inaayos ni Ma'am Joyce yung kanyang sound, I also wanted to remind the audience that in case lang you're looking for full-time positions para po sa web development, pang IT, at saka para sa customer support, customer service, marami po kaming mga full-time positions available for that vacancy, for that position. Pati na rin po sa internship, if in case you have friends or kayo mismo, you're looking for internship or OJT opportunities, we have a virtual internship being offered, and we can accommodate multiple applicants kasi ano naman siya virtual. All you need to do is check out the link that's being scrolled on the screen right now. Kita nyo dyan, nakalagay, no? schools.jobs180.com/EAC. Or you can also go to our website, www.jobs180.com. Hanapin nyo lang po yung Jobs 180 mismo. You'll see a lot of opportunities there. Submit nyo lang ang inyong resume link. Na kung gusto nyo mag-email, pwede rin kayo mag-email. Email nyo sa info@jobs180.com. Yan, that's what we recommend. And we welcome all of you, no, to be part of our team.
Alright, correct. Can you hear me now, Sir Kim?
Yan, ayos na yung sound mo,
Yes.
Ma'am Joyce.
So, ayan guys. So, if you're looking for work from home setup, so you may apply. You may submit your resume link to our website po, no? So, jobs180/jobs180. Sir Kim, may question tayo from the audience, from Sir
Okay.
Shan, Lester Pantoja. So, the question is, how secure is our data? Do you collect our personal information?
Okay, to answer, dalawa yung tanong nyo, no? Tanong doon is, how secure is the data and do we collect your information? Definitely, sagutin ko muna yung pangalawa. Mas mabilis sagutin yun eh. No, yung pangalawang tanong doon is, do we collect your information? Yes, we do collect your information because if you don't collect, how will you be able to put it in, diba? When you put it in your information sheet or in your resume link, we collect it. Now, what do we do? Yan yung next question. What do we do with those information? Napaalala ko lang sa lahat na nakikinig, we do not do anything with that information except to protect yung data nyo. Okay? So we keep it in our server, in our database. What we do not, definitely, we do not sell your data. Okay? Kung yan inisip nyo, marami na pong lumapit sa amin mga companies. Hindi ko na babanggitin sino itong mga companies na to. They wanted to, in fact, ask for those details or offer to buy for those information. We do not give it to them. No, we do not sell it to them. Instead, we tell them it is for free. For free. For as long as alam nila yung eksaktong link nyo. At paano nila malalaman yon? Sa inyo manggagaling yon. You have to be the one to give it to them. Okay? And they can access naman your resume link in any browser, Google Chrome, Firefox, Android, Safari, provided that they know your exact resume link and subject to your privacy settings. Okay? So that should answer question number 2. Now, question number 1 mo, how secured is the data? Ako masasabi ko, ito nga yung kaya nga to dinobbed as the most secured resume platform because we keep your information. And the only information that will be seen in the public would depend on your privacy settings. So kayo ang bahala dyan, real-time update. You can show it, you can hide it, you can do dagdag bawas. Kayo bahala. As long as sinave mo yung profile mo, kung ano yung pinaka-recent mo na sinave na profile, yun ang pinaka-real-time na updated information na makikita nung kung sino man may alam ng resume link nyo. So I hope I was able to answer the question of Sean, Lester. Okay. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much, Sir Kim. So, and lagi sinasabi ni Sir Kim, no, ang favorite feature niya ng resume link ay yung sa data privacy, 'di ba, Sir Kim? Can you tell us, Sir Kim, kung anong meron sa best feature na yan na meron ka?
Yung best feature kasi
Meron.
parang combination yan eh. Combination yan ng security tsaka real-time update. Yan yung dalawang tingin ko works hand in hand, no, for this resume link tool. One being kayo talaga may control kung ano yung information gusto nyo ilabas or idagdag or ipakita or itago, 'di ba? At kayo may control niyan 100%, kayo bilang isang user. Pangalawa is real-time update. So, 'di ba, yung maganda ron is hindi lang yung information mo ikaw nagko-control, ang maganda pa doon, real-time update. So, kunyari may nabigyan ka na ng resume link na submit mo sa isang company and for whatever reason, halimbawa lang you decided to retract, ayaw mo na ipagpatuloy yung pag-a-apply doon sa company na yun. Whatever is your reason, ayaw mo na ipagpatuloy. Ano mangyayari? You don't have to go there physically just to tell the HR, ma'am, nag-apply po ako sa inyo 3 months ago, pwede ko na ba pong makuha yung aking resume? Kunin ko na po pabalik kasi ayoko na po pagpatuloy application ko. Of course, you can do that, pero normally, it doesn't happen. Kasi sayang oras, babiyahe ka pa para gawin yun. At baka yung resume na nabigay mo, na hard copy, naitago na nila or baka hindi na rin nila alam kung na-shred ba nila yan, di ba? If ever lang. So, the good thing with this resume link platform is that if you decide to retract or discontinue or in our language, we call it withdraw. Kung gusto mo i-withdraw yung application mo, just by clicking of the button, withdraw, automatic, wala na information mo dun sa company na sinubmitan mo, dun sa position. O, di ba? So, dun pa lang, malaking ginhawa na siya sa part ninyo. Di ba? And by the way, I also recommend lahat ng, kumbaga gusto mag-explore, if you want to explore for companies, wala naman po ito yung limit. You can apply to as many companies as you want to for as long as, importante, you do your research. Make sure you check the company first, the position title you're applying for, your requirements, your responsibilities. Yan po ang importante. No? Kailangan alam nyo po yung pinapasukan natin na mga kumpanya. Okay? Ayun. So, I hope I was able to answer that question.
All right, so thank you so much, Sir Kim. I think no questions, no more questions from the audience. And since it's time na po for our second presenter. So thank you so much, Sir Kim. Do you have final words po for the graduating students?
Ako, final words ko lang is that never give up, always explore, and continue to trust in our Lord. Kung meron man trabaho kayo napasukan at ina-applyan, at for some reason, hindi kayo talaga matanggap-tanggap ng kumpanyang yon at hindi mo rin matanggap-tanggap kung ba't hindi ka matanggap ng kumpanya, halimbawa lang, no? Sometimes, may mga kasagutan hindi natin alam at this point. But later on, definitely, ang ating Panginoon ang nagdadala sa atin kung saan man yung mas makakabuti para sa atin. Okay? So just trust in Him and then never give up. Keep applying, keep exploring, okay? And do your research before you start sending those resume to those companies. Okay? See you sa job fair,
Amen.
May 12.
Thank you so much, Sir Kim. Thank you so much. Thank you po. Ayan.
Bye-bye.
So guys,
Be
if
safe.
you all right, ingat, Sir Kim. So if you still have questions regarding resume link, guys, you may visit our website. It's www.jobs180.com. And if you are interested to apply, again, you may submit your resume link at jobs180.com/jobs180, or you may email us at info@jobs180.com. All right. So let's now move on to our next topic, which is virtual interviews. So to introduce our next speaker, so a human resource management graduate from the La Salle College of St. Benilde. He is a recruitment expert with a collective 6 years of experience working in the CPO industry under 2 organizations. Currently working in Shearwater Health Talent Acquisition Team as its campus channel lead. So the channel lead talent acquisition from Shearwater Health, Mr. Paolo Bayangos. Good morning, Sir Pao.
Morning, Joyce. I hope that
All
you
right,
can
good
hear me
morning, sir.
clearly.
Yes po, loud and clear. Sir,
All
can
right,
we now
thank
test
you.
your screen, share screen?
Okay.
All right. So again, while Sir Pao is fixing the screen, so may we ask again everyone to please post your comments on the or your questions on the comment section. You do not have to PM me po. So please put it in the comment section na lang. All right. So thank you so much.
Are you guys seeing my screen? Miss
Yes,
Joyce, are
sir.
you seeing my screen?
Yes, sir. Can you please put it in full screen na lang po?
It's not okay. Ulit. Naka-full
All
screen
right,
ka
sir.
sa akin, pero I'm not sure hindi siya
You may
nagre-reflect.
try
Let's
po sharing the
see.
entire screen na lang, sir.
All right. Ayan, is it full screen po?
Yes, sir. It's up po. So if you're ready, sir, I'll see you after 20 minutes for the Q&A. So good luck, sir.
Thank you, Joyce. Thank you. Okay, so first off, of course, good morning to everyone who is here within this stream, most especially for Emilio Aguinaldo College, so for both campuses. Okay, and I'll just be giving you guys a quick presentation. So later on, you'll find out what I'll be discussing with you. But for now, okay, I would like to introduce to you Shearwater CPO. All right, so for a start, okay, Shearwater Health. Okay, what we are experiencing right now, especially when you are a healthcare professional, okay, these are the realities of Philippine healthcare jobs that we experience. So the long work hours that you would be experiencing, rigid schedules that you have to work with, low ceiling for advancement, and nowadays, especially nowadays, lack of respect for healthcare professionals and the high risk for you and your family in getting this hospital acquired diseases like COVID-19. And not only COVID-19, of course, there are other infectious diseases that we can be exposed to while working within the hospital. Now, here, Shearwater Health. Okay, these are the careers that we can provide you, or the opportunities that we can provide you if ever that you would be hired here. Okay, so of course, the career growth, okay, the very opportunity for you to choose your own career growth. Okay, and then more time with your family. Okay, we provide you above market and flexible leave days. Not only that, but of course, the benefits would be paramount compared to others. Okay, and we are coined as the home to clinicians. That means even within our other departments, not only in operations, okay, we are an all clinical family. So we believe clinicians should be rewarded for their hard work. We are a company for clinicians, and we offer you rewarding healthcare career here in the Philippines. So as of right now, we are home to 3,000 clinicians who have trusted us with their careers, making us the largest employer of clinicians outside of the hospital setting. Now, just to give you more context about what CPO means, so you've probably heard of the term BPO. Okay, we are considered as a clinical process outsourcing instead of business process outsourcing. Now, the very first term itself, clinical, that means everything that we do here is all about healthcare. Okay, um, through the use of technology. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but this is going to be based on experience. But for some, okay, some of us, it might be true. Okay. Usually when it comes to hospital experiences, once you get discharged, you are on your own. Okay. So it will be depending on you if, let's say, your condition got worse. Of course, you have to um, reschedule an appointment within the hospital or the clinic you've been with. Okay. But within Shearwater Health, this is what we are making sure of. Okay, we are making sure that healthcare continues even outside of the hospital. So, clinical process outsourcing, we are more into health insurance and healthcare services. Okay, making the process much efficient with the use of technology through the leverage of healthcare informatics. Okay, and just a quick video presentation for you guys on what to expect if ever that you would be hired within Shearwater CPO. All right, and now moving on to my presentation to you guys. It's going to be virtual interview tips and how to prepare and how to answer common interview questions that you would usually encounter. Okay, so I would like to start by saying, okay, a good virtual interview should have a lot of the same ingredients as an in-person one. So that means, okay, you should treat a virtual interview just like how you would treat a face-to-face interview. Okay, now for most of you, so for example, for someone who has experienced going through an interview before, okay, so of course, more or less that would be virtual because we're still in the state of pandemic. Okay, but then again, it should not be different. Okay, always remember that the virtual interview is exactly the same as an in-person one or a face-to-face one. Okay, it's just this time you are doing it virtually, okay, or through Zoom link. That you have this perk that you don't have to go to the office for this specific interview. Okay, but nevertheless, you should always treat it the same. Okay. So for the first item, how to prepare. Okay, so of course, prepare in advance. Always check your assets. What I mean by assets is these are the equipment that you're going to use. Okay, is your internet stable? Okay, are you using a laptop? If you are using a laptop, check if the laptop's battery is sufficient enough. Okay, in order for you to get through the whole schedule. Okay, so if not, of course, beforehand, um, charge it. Okay, if you are going to use a desktop for the interview, make of course always make sure that you have a webcam. Okay. Next item is of course to show up on time. Okay, so just like going to a face-to-face interview, okay, you need to show up on time or even earlier when it comes to a virtual interview. Okay, you can always enter a Zoom link or whatever online meeting applications would be used during the interview. Okay, but I would suggest that you guys can drop in. If you can drop in as early as you can, please do so. All right. Dress for success. Okay, even though it's going to be virtual now, I know for some of us, okay, or especially for those millennials, okay, so you might have seen this meme before in the internet if you guys are browsing your social media accounts that, okay, of course, I'm going to wear somehow casual, okay? Casual or smart casual for my top, okay? And then for the bottom, okay, I would like to keep on my pajamas or my shorts or whatever. So what my suggestion is, again, you are going to treat this as the same as a face-to-face interview. Okay, so that means, okay, power dress as much as you can, even though that is going to be a virtual interview. Okay, just remember that it's going to be a virtual interview. So that means right after the interview, okay, you can always take it off at once. Okay, just spare some time, dress for success, okay, and feel everything that will be surrounding you through, okay, what you are going to wear, okay, especially when it comes to projecting this. Okay, this not only shows professionalism, but this also shows that you are ready to take on the job, okay, of whatever you are applying to. Next is, of course, again, check what you need. Okay, check what you need again if the laptop or the battery of the laptop would be sufficient. Okay, and of course, everything else. Okay, let's say within that interview, you would have to present something, or you would have to, let's say, present them your portfolio, a presentation, depending on the specific job opening that you are applying to. Always check what you need. Okay, suggestion again, before the day itself. Okay, I would not suggest a few minutes before time. Okay, always make sure that you are prepared a day ahead. Okay, because most likely a day ahead is especially for those who are into cramming. Okay, but of course, I'm not going to suggest that. Most or mostly just to double check before the day. Okay, just to make sure that everything you need is already prepared. Okay, make eye contact with the camera. Okay, it's not what it seems. Okay, because even though that is going to be virtual, okay, we are always making sure to keep eye contact with you as well. Okay, so hopefully that you guys would do the same. Okay, now I know that being within the virtual space, okay, it kind of feels like you're not there, of course, physically, but of course, making eye contact would make it better. Okay, and trust me, okay, trust me, if once you are on this interview or within this interview, okay, you would always be conscious, okay, especially when you see us looking at the camera, of course, okay, would follow suit, and then it would be feeling the same as making it within a face-to-face interview. Okay, stay focused and engaged. Okay, I'm not sure if you have heard of this term or this phrase before, but be here now. So be here now means that you are focused and engaged when it comes to the virtual interview itself. Okay, this not only applies to actually the virtual interviews, okay, but to everything that you do. Means that getting off your autopilot, Okay, and being conscious with how you react, okay, how you behave, especially during the interview itself. Okay, so always be aware of what's going on, even though it's a virtual interview. Again, there is a camera, we can see you. Okay, and when I say stay focused and engaged, engaged means that you are conversing with your interviewer, okay, and of course focused on everything that is being said or asked, okay, by your interviewer. And lastly, relax. Of course, it's easier said than done actually. Okay, but I want you guys to embrace your nervousness. Okay, before you even start the interview, embrace that nervousness because, to tell you honestly, it will never go away. Okay, the only thing or the only way that you can overcome nervousness is somehow, okay, of course, with the confidence that you have in you by staying relaxed. Okay, this is going to help you answer most of the questions. Okay, again, easier said than done. Okay, but it's one of the things that you need to master. Okay, in order for you to do good when it comes to interviews, and this also applies to work itself. All right, just to show you a few pictures what to wear. Okay, so for men, business casual, business formal. Most of the time, it's going to be business casual or smart casual. um, Business formal usually used for meetings if you're going to have big meetings ahead. Okay, and if ever that you guys would be having visitors within the workplace. Okay, but during the interview, I would suggest to use business casual or smart casual. And this is for women. Again, same business casual, smart casual for the interview, business formal. Usually, if there are big meetings or if you guys would be having visitors within the workplace. All right. Now let's tackle on some of the most common interview questions that are being asked. Okay, so most of these are going to be secrets within HR, human resources. I'm going to spill it for you guys so to help you as well. So first, tell me about yourself. Tell me something about yourself. Okay, so it's a common question that you would usually hear. Usually, the very, very first question or ask from the recruiter, okay, from you. Tell me something about yourself that just always remember that we are talking about you. Okay, most of the time, if I'll be asking this question to someone who is not prepared, okay, they would often talk about their family, their siblings, their parents, their friends, or whatnot. Okay, so just remember that we are talking about you. Okay, not your family, not your siblings, but you. Okay, always make sure that your answers are all about yourself. And of course, most of the next questions that you would be hearing are mostly follow up questions of your answer. All right. Next is the STAR method. So, STAR stands for situation, task, action, and result. Okay, so situation, it doesn't have to be a specific situation. It doesn't have to be big. It doesn't have to be small. Okay, needs to be a situation wherein you think you were challenged. So any situation would do. Okay, you can give your recruiter any situation as long as you think you were challenged. And then, of course, TAR follows. So again, T stands for task. What was the situation for S? Okay, for task, what is it that you have to do? A, action. What did you do? And then R, okay, what are the results of the action that you made? Okay, so most of these are scenario questions that you would be providing us. And based on this, how you answer, okay, how you react to that specific situation. So that means your answer in letter A, these are usually the ones that we will be gauging on your behavior, how you react within this given situations. Okay, what are your strengths slash weaknesses? Okay, usually when it comes to strengths, most of us recruiters would be asking you this just to make sure that you are aware of your strengths. Now, one of the problems that I encounter when I ask for strengths is that those interviewees, okay, so those who I have interviewed before are not sure if it's going to be a strength. Okay, so my suggestion for you guys is to know your strengths, and then from there you try to embrace it. Okay, so these are the strengths. The very purpose of an interview is you to sell your strengths. Okay, this is going to be your ticket for getting the job, is because most likely those who are strong in some aspects is the one that we are looking for. Okay, so you need to be sure of your strengths, and then from then embrace it. All right, so don't give your recruiter an answer that you are not sure that if it's going to be your strength. Okay, so beforehand, again, preparation stage, make sure that you are aware of your strengths. Next would be your weaknesses. One thing about weaknesses, never ever share any weakness in any part of the interview if you are not being asked to do so. Okay? So unless your recruiter would be asking about your weakness, then state it otherwise. All right? And then for your weaknesses, once you have shared your weaknesses, you think your weaknesses are these specific things. So of course, you're going to give example, and always make sure once you give the example of your weakness, always make sure that you are going to share with your recruiter as well on how or what are you doing in order for you to improve upon this. Okay, so it's always one of the things that we are looking for. Okay, so if we will be knowing if you are already trying to help yourself improve upon these weaknesses, and this is actually one of the avenues where we will be looking at on how we can help you. Okay, so of course you have to know who you are. Okay, strengths and weaknesses. If you're going to share this with us, okay, for strengths, we're going to broaden it. Okay, and then for weakness, we're going to help you improve upon this. All right. Next is what are your goals? So usually you would hear what are your long-term goals? What are your short-term goals? 5 years from now, where do you see yourself? Okay, so we are making sure that you are a goal-oriented person. There is a specific goal that you wanted to reach. Okay, this actually ties with the next question that we have. Having a goal working within the company, okay, means that you are a pointed arrow. Okay, you are just waiting for the release. Okay, so the release of the arrow in order for you to reach that goal. Okay, and we are going to help you. Okay, we are more or less going to help you reach these goals. Okay, how much is your expected salary now? I often hear when it comes to an expected salary is, especially when it comes to fresh graduates, is that, sir, I'm not really sure how much you'll be providing or for the position that I'm applying for. My suggestion is before the interview itself, make sure that you do your research. Okay, I mean, you know what to apply for, you know what job you want. Okay, that's one thing that I can say because of course, if you do not like the job, why would you well apply to that specific opening? So for before, okay, so preparation stage once again, before you even apply to the position that you saw on the internet or some job portals, okay, make sure that you did your research, okay, knowing how much usually is the pay for fresh graduates or for someone who has experience. Okay, so just to give you a tip, I actually remembered um, my answer to this question when it was first asked to me by one of my managers before. Okay, so so Paolo, how much are you expecting if ever that you will be hired within the company? That was the question. Okay, so I remember my answer is somehow it's like this. So sir, I don't think that I'm in the position to ask or demand for something. Okay, so whatever salary or compensation you think are in par or at par with my skills as of right now based on this interview, then I would be more than happy to accept that. Okay, so of course, I'm not in a position to demand it during that time because I was a fresh graduate. Okay, and the more experience that you earn, okay, the more market value you would be having. Okay, so these increases, of course, when it comes to you being promoted, okay, again, you would be searching your market value through the internet. If you're going to search with the current position that you have or the current job that you are currently handling, okay, you would always find market value through, okay, the job postings that you see in the internet. All right. Next, so what motivates you? Okay, so what motivates you? What I suggest here is to be creative with what motivates you. Okay, because most likely what I'm going to hear when it comes to the interviews are very generic ones once again. Okay, like for example, good working environment, and of course, what will make me leave is that the environment is toxic. Okay, the culture is not for me, and so on. Okay, so just try to think again beforehand, preparation stage, what really motivates you to work. Okay, is it your family? Okay, it could be your family. It could be helping others. It can be a motivator if you are an altruistic person, right? Or it can be practicality. Okay, to be honest with you guys, being a recruiter, what one of the things that we are looking for is actually a recruiter is going to be practical. Okay, so that means if your motivation would really be the benefits, the compensation, then why not? Okay, I mean, being practical, that's normal, especially nowadays, right? Being practical is actually just being yourself, okay, and just putting out what you need, okay, and of course, being your employer, okay, we will try to match everything, okay, of course, to make you stay within the company, to keep you motivated, okay, and thus giving you what you need. All right. And then number seven, why should we hire you? Now, going back to my discussion for one of the items or one of the questions, which is what are your strengths? So again, going back to that specific item, I told you earlier that very purpose of an interview is for you to sell your strengths. So why you should hire me? Okay, why should we hire you? This is the very avenue for you to once again step up your pitch when it comes to selling your strengths. Okay, so again, you would be describing why should they hire you. So that means you are going to highlight once again each and every strength. If you can provide examples on how you displayed it, how you used it, how you utilized the strength before, then do so. Okay, so again, the reason why someone is hiring for someone or somebody is that because this is what the team is lacking. So if you have it in you within one of your strengths, okay, do your everything, do your best, okay, in order for you to sell these strengths to your interviewer. All right. Then lastly, for one final tip, always don't forget to ask questions. Okay? Asking a question, be it a generic question or any other question relevant to the interview. Like, for example, it could be a follow up question about the compensation. Sir, ma'am, can you tell me something more about the compensation? Or can you tell me more about the company? Can you tell me more about the job or about the job description? Okay, of this specific job opening that you are being interviewed with, then that's fine as long as there is a question that would be asked. Could be one, could be two. Okay, so the mindset of a recruiter is that if ever that you are going to ask a question, okay, that means automatically you are curious, you are really interested for the job itself. Okay, so that's what's going to happen if you are going to ask a question. Okay, so it's going to be um, it's actually a big deal when you ask questions, okay, rather than not asking questions to your recruiter. Okay, so always make sure that you would be asking questions by the end of the interview. or if you were asked. Okay, so anything as long as it's related within the interview. Right? And I do think that's going to be the end of my presentation. Right. If later on you wanted to check more about shearwatercpo.com or so Shearwater, you can always visit the website shearwatercpo.com and of course our career site jobs180.com/shearwatercpo. And within the right side of the screen, you would be seeing your here our QR code. It's actually the link to our social media page. So please make sure to like, share, and follow, okay, to keep you updated with everything about your water health. All right, I think that's it.
All right, so thank you so much, Sir Pao. I hope you can hear me po.
Yes, I can hear you, Joyce.
Mm. Making sure lang kasi minsan nawawala po ang aking audio. Ayan. All
Yeah,
right,
I
so
was watching earlier kanina. So yes.
nagpa-panic ako, sir, 'pag nawawala yung audio ko, eh, ayan. Ganyan talaga kapag live actually. Alright, so thank you so much, Sir Pao, for discussing virtual interviews. So
Mhm.
for to our audience, so if you have questions regarding the topic, the floor is now open for questions. So please post your questions on the comment section, and may I please remind the audience that there are only two things that you can post po on the comment section. First, your name and your course for identification and attendance, and the second one is your questions. Okay, so other than that, yun lang po ang pwedeng a comment, i-post sa comment section. So thank you everyone. May mga nakikita ko nag-uusap sa comment section. So baka matabunan kasi yung questions natin, guys. All right, so thank you for understanding. So if you have questions, especially for the graduating students who will be attending po the job fair on May 12, now is the time to ask. This is the best time to ask kung ano yung mga um, sa tingin nyo ay mangyayari on the day of the job fair. I'm sure Sir Pa will also be there po on the day of the job fair po. I think it's on May 12. So please ask na kayo habang nandito pa yung mga speakers natin. Alright. So while waiting for the questions, Sir Pao, I'll be asking questions na lang po muna habang nagre-ready ang ating mga audience. Alright. So first is what are the things a job seeker must expect in the new normal, especially po for the in this virtual interview na, no?
Okay, for the new number. Oh, okay.
Mhm.
So, well, actually, I would not go to assume, okay, that you guys would have experience again within a face-to-face interview because you guys are going to be fresh graduates, and then for the past 2 years we've been within the pandemic situation. Okay, so most likely, if ever that it's going to be your first time going to an interview, mostly it's going to be virtual. That's for sure. Okay, so what to expect is of course everything that I have actually discussed with you. Okay, because when I created my presentation, okay, it was actually basing it on how I experienced it so far within the pandemic. Okay, so expect that, of course, we would be expecting you to be early for the interview itself. We expect that you guys would be presenting yourself neatly. Okay, so we're going to dress up. Of course, we're going to expect that. Okay, and we are going to expect for you to be ready, to be more confident, and of course focused on the interview itself. Okay, now I know virtual interviews, most of it would be done at home. So we do understand that there's going to be a lot of distractions. Okay, so that's good, not good, but that's normal. Okay, I mean, we have already accepted this because even with us, even us working from home, there would be lots and lots of distractions for us, or there would be like for example a dog barking in the background, or you can hear background noises outside. Okay, so what's happening in the background is actually life. So we have already accepted that. Okay, and of course we are anticipating if it's going to happen, if it's going to happen on your side, that's actually good. Either it's actually fine, so no problem with that. We're just going to expect that you would be ready.
All right. So thank you so much, Sir. All right. So
Mhm.
next question po is earlier po you also discussed po the common or the most common interview questions po no na ina-ask
Mhm.
ng interviewer sa mga applicants. So the question na is what kind of questions po should you not ask an interviewer as an applicant? Meron po ba na
Okay.
dapat hindi kami tinatanong sa
Mm.
interviewer?
Okay. Paisip ako bigla na. Baka dapat hindi tinatanong. All right. So I guess it's not more of a question, okay, that you don't ask, okay, but it's
Mhm.
more on the prying part, okay. So let's say for example, when it comes to the compensation, okay, if there is already an answer that is provided to you by the recruiter, then trust it's the answer already, okay, because there might be factors that of course it's not only the recruiter's decision, okay, that that specific answer was given to you. Okay, it might happen, right? For example, there are other people, okay, who would have to make the decision, okay, in order for that recruiter to answer this specific question of yours. Okay, so whatever the recruiter would be sharing with you, whatever the answer would be, okay, okay, technically more or less that's it. Okay, but of course, on our part, it is our responsibility to update you guys with everything. So just make sure, okay, that you keep your lines open, okay, because we will try to call you as soon as we have an update for each and every um, opening that we have. Of course, that's for sure. Okay, and one of the things that you can do is, of course, you can always follow up. Okay, okay. So
All
yeah,
right.
again,
So
just
thank
to
you so much,
answer,
Sir.
right? Thank you.
Speaking of following up po after the interview, when
Mm,
is the best time po to follow up for the result of the interview? Kasi usually may mga interviewers po na I'm not sure if they tend to forget, pero may
mm.
mga interviewers po na hindi nag-update sa kanilang mga aplikante po no ng result. So may mga times din na umaasa pa yung interviewee kung ano ba
Yeah.
yung result ng interview.
All right. So, be attentive when it comes to the interview because usually the recruiter would be giving you commitments.
Mhm.
All right. Okay. So, for example, if I did an interview and then I would be, I'm done with the interview. So, more or less, my closing statement to this specific interviewee is that to wait a couple of days, a few weeks, okay, or in 2 days' time for the result. Okay, so always be attentive on the commitment. Okay, and right after, if ever that after that specific commitment timeline, you still haven't received any specific update, then it would be the right time to follow up. Okay, but if not, okay, if there are no commitments given by the recruiter, go back to where you found the job opening. Usually it's stated there. All right. Okay, so usually when I browse job portals, may nakikita ako dyan within those specific opening that I was looking at. Results would be after 2 weeks and so on. Okay, or sometimes they would put there after 2 days, right? Because technically again, a recruiter decides behaviorally if you are fit. Okay, but there are other factors, okay, that would be happening behind the scenes in order for us to decide if you are actually a hire or not. Okay, and within this specific background processes, okay, it's not only us who's going to decide upon it, and of course it's on our part, our responsibility to make sure that we get the update for those person who would be involved, okay, as early as we can. Okay, but again, if there is a commitment right after the commitment, if you don't have any updates yet, okay, go follow up. Okay, but if none, okay, if there is really no commitment at all, okay, I think the best one would be a week. Okay, so right after a week, after your interview, if you still haven't received any update, go follow up.
All right. So thank you so much, Sir Pao. And last question. So since we
Mhm.
are time bound po, and I think ready na rin ang ating third speaker. So for my last question po is, what is the most important virtual interview etiquette an applicant must have, especially for the first time job seekers po, no?
Mhm. It's actually within the presentation that I have shown to you a
Mm-hmm.
while ago. And it's the phrase, be here now. I actually applied this ever since I learned of this specific term. Okay, so it was way back, I think 7 years ago when I was still starting within my recruitment career. It's one of during meetings, during virtually everything that we have to do. Okay, be here now is actually a statement that I was able to put to heart. Okay, because it's not actually easy. Okay, it's not actually easy for you to not get distracted with everything. Trust me, especially when it comes to you working at home or um, let's say just doing class at home, answering your modules. Okay, if you're not going to focus on something, then most likely there are some details that's going to slip out of you. Okay, so again, my definition of be here now, okay, is getting off your autopilot. Okay, getting off your autopilot and being focused, being engaged with everything that's going to happen, being aware of what's going to happen, what's going to be asked of you. Okay, because this specific statement might be a good difference already. Okay, if you're going to follow it or not. Okay.
All right. So thank you so much, Sir Pao. Do you have final words po for the graduating students?
Okay, well, final words, of course, good luck. Okay, Tagalog, kapit lang, konti na lang. Okay, so of course, for some of you, advance congratulations already. Okay, I really do hope that whatever I have shared with you this morning, okay, you can apply it during, especially during the job fair. Okay, so the job fair, okay, and once you get the real jobs or the interview in the future, okay, good luck to you guys. Thank you.
All right. So thank you so much, Sir Pao. Thank you for joining us today, and we wish to have you on our next set of webinars. Thank you for sharing your time and your expertise, Sir Pao. Thank
Thank you,
you. Ingat po.
guys.
All right. Okay. So let's now proceed to our third topic, which is importance of savings. So to introduce our third speaker, so Ms. Visey is a nurse by profession, a licensed financial advisor, and an entrepreneur. So she is an expert clinician handling cases in medical surgical neurology, a graduate of Bachelor of Science in Nursing, BSN in St. Louis University, Baguio. She finished her Master of Science in Nursing, MS in Major in Hospital Administration in La Concordia College, Manila. She is an active member of the Philippine Nurses Association Incorporated and in various specialty organizations such as the Association of Nursing Service Administrator and the Philippine Society for Parenteral and enteral nutrition. Currently, she served as a senior clinical department manager of the maternity services and endoscopy department under the specialty nursing service of the Nursing and Patient Care Division of Makati Medical Center. The Ms. Farrah T. Visey, MSN-RN from Makati Medical Center. Good morning, Ms. Farrah.
Good morning.
All right, so good morning, ma'am. Ma'am, can we now test for your shares?
Okay.
All
Can
right, so
you
it's up, ma'am.
okay, so
Yes,
can
ma'am,
you
it's
see my
up.
slide
So
now?
if,
It's up
yes, ma'am, it's up. Mm.
Okay, thank you.
All right. So if you're ready, ma'am, I'll see you after 20 minutes for the Q&A. Good luck po.
Okay, thank you. So good morning. So again, I'm Farrah Visayno. I'm Senior Clinical Department Manager for Maternity Services and Endoscopy of Makati Medical Center. And I'm also a part-time licensed financial advisor of Sun Life. So I'm here to talk to you about the importance of savings. And my lecture title is Peace of Matters. No? So before we begin, I would like you to showcase my institution where I belong. So please watch this video.
This is the healthy normal, our children get proper and timely care. Our patients receive safe and finest treatments. We are confident to go to checkups without worries or fear. We experience service that's from the heart. In Makati Medical Center, our patient safety is our top priority. Now is the time to take care of our health more than ever. No fear, no worries, because we are always safe in Makati Med.
So with that, we would like to invite you for our to our growing healthcare team. So for all the registered nurse, nursing assistant, medtech, radiologic technologists, pharmacists, and respiratory therapists are all welcome to apply here at Makati Medical Center. So as you can see to your screen, that's the link you can access para mag-apply or to send your resumes, no? So I'm now beginning my lecture. So for the discussion flow, so we will discuss some definition of terms, the use of money, and differentiate of savings, investing, and inflation. Ano ba yung relationship nila sa isa't isa, no? And some advantages and disadvantages. So for the common use of money, so we have one, syempre the first one na talagang that comes to our mind no pagkadating sa paggamit ng money is for the necessities. What are those? Yung ating basic needs, no? Yung ating food, shelter, clothing. So diyan pumapasok 'yon. That's number one. And number two, for the pleasure and luxury. So ano ba yung mga 'yon? Netflix is one, no? That's a luxury one kasi yung pag-subscribe mo doon, it's not what call this required for your day-to-day living. It's an option that kung pwede mo siya, kung gusto mo siyang kuhain o hindi, no? But isa yan sa mga gastusin natin sa buhay. And then, syempre, the third one is as a tool to make more money. So, paano ba yon? So, we will discuss that further as we go along. So, what are the 5 common mistakes, no, based on the survey? So, survey says ito. So, ano ba yung common mistakes ng mga Filipino? So, number 1 is for the excessive or frivolous spending. So, mas marami tayong ginagastos kesa sa may pumapasok na pera natin, no? So, majority or most of the people nakaka-encounter ng ganito because of, pwedeng lack of planning or lack of projection of the goal na gusto mo sa buhay mo. So nauuwi tayo sa excessive sa mga add to carts, no? Napapadami yung add to carts natin, kakatingin natin sa mga Shopee and Lazada. So yan. Number 2 is living on borrowed money. So yung use ng credit cards. Credit cards hindi siya masama, no? I don't have anything against credit cards. I have also credit cards, no? Pero yung responsibility of using the credit cards is also one, no? Masarap kasing gamitin yung credit cards, wala kang cash, so swipe ka lang ng swipe. But in the end, nasusuffice ba niya yung, pag nagbayad ka ba sa kanya, meron pa bang matitira sa'yo? Kasi sa ngayon, pag ginamit mo si credit card, okay lang siya. Pero pagka due date na, doon na tayo nagkakaproblema. So next is living from paycheck to paycheck. So meaning to say, in relation to the number 2, so dumadaan lang sa mga palad natin yung mga sweldo, no? So for the students naman, yung mga ibang ito yung mga pinagdadaanan ng mga empleyado, pwede rin ng mga magulang natin na nagwo-work, no? Na yon because of too many gastusin, no? Yan yung nangyayari sa karamihan. Okay? So, not having a plan, as I mentioned kanina, because wala tayong projection of what is our really want to do in our lives, or yung mga goals na meron tayong gustong gawin, no? And lastly, living without an insurance. So first, savings. So ano ba yung savings, no? Pagka ba nag-ipon tayo, nilagay natin sa bangko, yun na ba yung tinatawag na savings? So ang savings is putting aside as a reserve, no? This is not meant to spend. So yung iba, ang ginagawa nila, meron sila 'di ba mga jar or mga envelope wherein they are separating their mga gastusin. They are labeling that envelopes or jars for them to have putting aside some of their day-to-day expenses or operating expenses of their lives. So, ang according sa study, no, 12 to 16% of savings, majority sa mga Filipino, yun yung ginagawa nilang savings. And yung mga ibang nakakaangat or those people or employee na mas higher yung sweldo nila, they are putting their money in the time deposit, no? And then savings but did you know that savings in the bank will earn less than 1%? Before kasi ang tubo ng bangko is 0.025%, no? So meaning to say sa 1,000 na isang tao, sa isang taon kikita lang siya ng 1 peso and 25 cents. So now because the pandemic hit the Philippines also, so bumaba na yung interest natin, no? So meron na siyang 0.0625, meaning to say sa 1,000 na isang tao, pag tinabi mo siya sa isang taon, kikita siya ng 62 centavos, no? So ganun po yung kita pagka tayo or nag-earn yung money natin when we put that money in the bank, no? So what are the reasons for savings? So syempre for the short-term goal of 5 years or less, no? So talagang kasi nagagamit mo siya, nagagalaw mo siya. So for short-term goal lang talaga siya. So for your day-to-day expenses, as I mentioned earlier, and for your emergency funds. Yun yung pinakamahalagang bagay na dapat meron ng bawat isa, no? Yung emergency funds. Kasi dapat yung pera na meron ka or yung savings na nabanggit ko kanina na 12 to 16% of your earnings must be put in the savings. Part of that should put in your emergency fund para hindi maubos lahat yung pera na pinaghirapan natin kasi hard-earned money yon, no? So, what are the other options to place your money? So, set aside the 20% of your paycheck as your savings. So, kanina sabi ko 12 to 16, no? Pero ang safest, this is not a Bible truth, but safe to say that 20% of your savings should be put aside, no, for your para mahati-hati mo siya sa mga gastusin mo sa buhay, no? So build an emergency fund, as I mentioned, equivalent to 3 to 6 months of your expenses para hindi ka para safe, hindi ka aagam-agam sa mga susunod na araw kasi 'di ba no one knows what will happen the next day or the next hour of our lives, no? So talagang dapat meron tayong emergency fund. So any excess or disposable income must be invested to outpace inflation. So doon papasok yung pagdami ng pera ng isang tao. So, is savings and investing the same? They are not, no? As I mentioned kanina, putting it aside as a reserve, no? Yung sa savings, money not spending the money. For the investing, you have to commit in order to earn financial return. Dito ka kumikita, nadodoble as much as possible yung pera mo. So, yun nga, palalaguin siya, no? So, investing, kanina ang savings is a short term. Ngayon, ang investing is a long term. Is a long-term commitment in order to earn financial return. It is not a quick win, no? Kasi nga ini-invest mo siya. Hindi mo makikita agad ang pagkita sa maikling panahon. So talagang ito ay matagalan. So you can make an idle money grow to help you invest to your long-term financial goal. Why should you invest? Bakit nga ba kailangan? So the returns are potentially higher than the savings. As I mentioned kanina, di ba, ang savings na meron tayo sa bangko will only earn less than 1%, no? We don't have any gains at the bank, ha? Kailangan talaga may pera tayo sa bangko. Pero aside from pera sa bangko or savings na meron tayo, we should also invest, no? The objective is to beat inflation. So in investing regularly may produce rewards over the long period of time or for the long-term goal. No, what are the advantages and the disadvantages? So for the advantages, potential for higher returns kasi nga pwedeng kumita siya. Halimbawa, nag-online selling ka or nag-put up ka ng physical store. Ang computation mo sa lahat ng gastusin mo is halimbawa 3,000. So you need to make kita 3,000 or 3,500 to cover for the expenses at para meron kang take home, no? So ganun mo siya dapat i-project pag nag-i-invest ka, okay? So can beat inflation in most cases ng investment and better vehicle to grow money over the long period of time. What are the disadvantages naman? It easily affected by volatile market conditions. Kasi some of us, pwede tayo mag-invest through stock market, which is ang stock market natin is really subject for the up and down of the market, di ba? Pwedeng ngayon mababa, pwedeng bukas mataas, so hindi siya stable. So non-guaranteed returns, meaning to say dahil nga subject siya sa up and down, hindi siya palaging panalo. Pero dahil nga nabanggit natin kanina, ito ay for long term. Okay? So there is a risk of losing capital also. So ang mga nag-i-invest sa mga stock market is depends on the risk appetite that you have. Kung ikaw ba ay malakas ang loob mo para actually meron niyang category at ina-assess 'yan kapag ka nag-assess pagka mag-invest ang isang individual sa stock market kung gaano ba yung risk appetite, no? Excuse me. For the inflation, so sabi nila 5 years from now, you will pay more from the amount of goods and services. So meaning to say, yung 1,000 natin ngayon, 5 to 10 years from now is not the same value, no? Pagdating ng araw. So yung mabibili mo na 1,000 ngayon, pwedeng konti na lang pagdating ng panahon. So yun yung ibig sabihin ng inflation. So inflation means an increase in the cost of living as the price of goods and services increases. The inflation rate is annual percentage change in the price level. Inflation leads to decline in the value of money or the purchasing power of the money. So this means that your money won't buy as much today as you could yesterday, as I mentioned, no? So talagang dapat mag-iisip tayo paano natin palalaguin ang perang meron tayo. Okay? So you will lose the purchasing power of your money, are saving if you are not earning at an interest higher than the inflation. So meaning to say, dapat meron tayong avenue ng money natin na para kumita ng mas malaki, no? So yon. Therefore, if you plan to save in the future, a long-term goal, you must ensure that you have to find financial instrument para ma-outpace ang inflation. Okay? So what are the reasons to save and invest? Ano ba yung gusto nating gawin, no? So gusto ba natin mag-travel, magbayad ng utang, retire in the comfort, or give to charity, no? So depende sa bawat isa, hindi tayo pare-pareho kung ano ba talaga yung gusto nating gawin in the future. Ano ba yung gusto din nating magkaroon, no? So what do we want to do and what do we want to have, no, in the future? Magkaroon ba tayo ng sariling bahay natin, college fund for the children, condominium for rental or luxury car, so online retail business, and some of pangarap na gusto mo. So yon. So sabi ko kanina, yung pagsisave, pag-i-invest, kailangan may goal ka. Bakit mo ba siya ginagawa in the first place? Kasi kung wala tayong target goal, wala tayong mararating. Ibig sabihin, magli-live lang tayo from paycheck to paycheck. At the same time, hindi tayo magkakaroon ng motivation on how to reach our dreams, di ba? Dapat talaga may goals ka. So, individuals should have a clear goal and not merely focus on the yield or return. Some set timeline and amount for you to have a reason to stick to the plan. No? Stay committed with the regular contributions para at least mapalago mo at dumagdag yung income na meron ka. And then the goals are compelling reason for individual to save, invest, and not spend as unwisely. So, kasi yung mga YOLO, yung I deserve this, Pwede naman natin gawin yon in one way or another, pero wag lagi, no? Kasi sooner or later, the students here will go to work, no? Will be an employee, also like us, no? So, at least as early as now, you have to think of your dreams, of your goal. Hanggang kailan mo ba gusto magtrabaho? Hanggang kailan mo ba gusto, anong edad mo ba gusto mag-retire? Things like that, you know? So, syempre sa buhay natin, meron tayong reality sa buhay. It's really related with the savings, with the investment that we will do in our lives, no? There are three realities of lives. What are those? So, it's either you live long, you get sick, and everybody of us will go to heaven, no? So, pag nag-live long tayo, from age 60 to 80, ano yung gusto mong gawin? Magre-retire ka, kanino ka kukuha? Saan tayo kukuha ng funds to make tustos of our lives? Kukuha ba tayo sa anak natin? Or pag ikaw ay nabuhay na wala kang pamilya, sino ang gagastos para sa'yo? So things like that should be planned, no? Paano mo gustong enjoy yung buhay mo. So some of us will get sick, no? Get sick not in terms of ubo, sipon, lagnat, no? Ito yung may mga confinement, pwedeng appendectomy, pwedeng cholecystectomy, mga operations like that. Saan tayo kukuha? Gagamitin ba natin yung emergency fund natin? Paano yung mga kasama natin sa bahay? So, yun yung mga bagay na dapat natin kinoconsider at tinitingnan pag tayo ay nag-i-invest or nag-iipon. And then finally, everybody, no, lahat tayo hindi tayo makakaligtas sa point na ito, lahat tayo mawawala. Pero ang tanong doon, pag tayo nawala, kung tayo man ang breadwinner ng family, ano ang iiwan natin sa family natin? Ano yung iiwan natin sa kanila? Mabubuhay ba sila ng sapat or ng maayos pag tayo nawala? So dapat 'yon ay sinasaalang-alang at pina-prioritize din along the way. So with that, tomorrow is not a guarantee. We have to start early, no, in order to reach for the goals as planned and on time. Savings won't be enough. You need to make your money earn more by investing, optimize your time, your money, and interest. So with that, thank you.
Alright, so thank you so much, Miss Farrah. I hope you can hear me din po. Ay, wala ulit.
Medyo mahina.
Hello, ma'am. Can you hear me now po?
Hello?
One moment po. Ayan. Is it better po? Okay na, ma'am. Can you hear me now po?
Pero hindi ko siya
Okay na po.
marinig. Miss Joyce, medyo mahina ang dating sa akin.
From
I don't know
tech daw
why.
po, okay daw po. Okay naman daw po, according to tech po, Miss. I can hear you din po, Miss Farrah. Can you hear me po? Mas okay po ba ngayon? Alright.
Medyo
Okay, so thank you
mahina
so much.
lang.
Okay, medyo mahina lang. Naka-full volume na ako. No problem. Alright, so let me know, ma'am, if I have to repeat the questions na lang po.
Sige po.
Okay, so thank you, ma'am. Naka 100% na yung lakas ng boses ko. Ayan.
Sorry mahina dito.
Sorry, ma'am. Alright, so okay, guys. So for our audience, alright, so the floor is now open for questions. So if you have questions regarding the topic, kung saan napapanahon at grabe, sobrang importante ng topic na to, no? Especially for the millennials, for the Gen Z, na kung saan ang spending ay talagang, 'di ba? Sobrang daming uso ngayon, online shops. Ayan, so napapanahon. So if you have questions, please feel free to ask and post your questions on the comment section. All right. So while waiting for questions, Miss Farrah, I'll be asking questions na po muna. Siguro nagre-ready ang ating mga audience. Okay, so first question po is, would like to know po what are the Filipino attitude towards savings?
Sorry, can you repeat that again?
All right,
What
so
are
the Filipino attitude towards saving.
Oo. So, 'di ba sa mga ang karamihan kasi ng mga Filipino 'no, I forgot to say, ang savings natin nangyayari towards the end eh. Anong ibig sabihin nun? When we get our salary 'no, bayad-bayad muna tayo ng mga city services. Tas what is left, yun yung tinatawag nating savings, which is dapat
Mhm.
hindi siya gano'n. Dapat from the beginning pa lang, magtatabi na tayo to save 'no. Like, as I mentioned, yung 12 to 16% or 20% as I mentioned earlier, kapag hindi kaya, hindi naman kailangan i-achieve. Pero dapat at least meron ka, ang dapat kasing dinidevelop into savings is the habit and the discipline of savings, no? From the beginning of your sweldo, kurot ka lang kahit 200, 100, 'pag naipon yun, dadami yun. So, dun pa lang mag-start na tayo, no? Sabi nga nila, to create a habit, no, kailangan ma-practice mo siya 90 times. So, gawin natin yon para at least hindi na lalong-lalo na yung mga estudyante, hindi tayo mahihirapan in the future. From the beginning of the money for all the employees, no, pag nakakuha tayo ng sweldo, kurot na tayo 100, 200, kung ano yung um, margin mo na palagay mo na pwede mong magawa. So gawin na natin, hindi yung after na spend na natin lahat, saka lang tayo magse-save kasi it will not it is not a savings and hindi yun mangyayari, no? Siguro sa iba pwede pero hindi karamihan. So pag nakakita tayo ng gusto natin sa Lazada or Shopee, mag-add to cart na wala na yung part ng savings mo. So pagka ganon, savings is savings. So ano mo siya, consider mo siya as dead money or as in kalimutan mo siya na para hindi mo siya masama doon sa budget na meron ka. So, ayun.
All right. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am, for answering that question. Another question po is, why is it hard to save money in the Philippines?
Siguro hindi naman siya hard. It's just that yung culture that we have, no, lalong-lalo na din yung halimbawa, hindi tayo pare-pareho ng antas ng buhay, no? Yung iba,
Mhm.
may mga silver, ano na sila, spoon sa mouth nila,
Mhm.
no? Their parents
Mm.
are talagang working so hard for them. I think it's about the culture, the way we are, the way we, yung pagpapalaki sa atin ng mga magulang natin. At the same time, it is not taught in the school, di ba? Hindi, wala nang, pag hindi ka about money or financial, wala naman talagang financial literacy when it comes to education. So, I believe that financial education must start in the home, at home, no? So, dapat yung mga parents natin, dun pa lang dapat natuturuan na natin as early as possible para yung habit, as I mentioned, is ma-develop. So, yun. I think that's for my own opinion. So, yun.
Mhm. Yes po. And I think the prevailing mindset po of Filipinos about money and investment is opinion lang din po, 'di ba, na may mga parents talaga na ang investment nila, ang tingin nila sa anak nila ay investment wherein
Ayan, ang tawag
umaasa
kasi
sila.
doon, oo. Tawag kasi
Yes.
doon sandwich generation yung, hindi
Mhm.
paglaki na lang na 'pag nagtrabaho yung anak ko, siya yung gagastos sa akin, 'di ba? Pero, dapat hindi gano'n yung mindset natin. Dapat talaga, once you retire, yung pinaghirapan natin, ilang taon tayo nagtrabaho, 20, sabihin natin 5, 10, 15, 20 years, saan napunta, no? So, dapat yon may kapupuntahan yung mga pinaghirapan natin at 'wag nating gawing investment yung mga anak natin para tayo ay matustusan sa pagdating ng panahon.
Mm.
So,
And
yun.
nakakalungkot po na ang culture ng Filipino ay na kapag hindi ka tumanaw ng utang na loob o nagbalik ng utang na loob
Tama
sa
lang
parents.
naman yun. Oo, pero
Yes.
wag masyado. Oo, ayun.
Tama po, tama po. Ayan, so iba ang tingin sa'yo, no? So parang suwail kang anak, gano'n. Parang Opinion lang din po, opinion lang din po.
Yes, yes.
Pero nakakalungkot isipin, pero it happens,
Yes,
sa totoong buhay, 'di ba po? Okay,
correct.
so thank you so much, for answering, that question, Miss Farah. Next po is, of course, you also mentioned po about, saving and investing. So would like to know po which is more important, is it to save or to invest po?
Pareho. So, savings, ang sabi ko nga, savings is not equivalent to investment, but you have to have them both, no? You have to
Mhm,
save because this is for your daily operating expenses, for emergency fund, kasi ito yung mga kailangan meron kang, yung sabi nga nila, di ba, pag may sinuksok, may madudukot. Dapat may madudukot ka talaga kasi hindi natin alam kung ano mangyayari sa atin. But at the same time, you have to, kasi saving alone, as I mentioned kanina, no, kung narinig ng mga audience natin, won't give you enough or won't give you big money kasi hindi siya, kailangan talaga nag-earn. No? Sabi nga, yung kung mababasa niyo yung mga ano natin, yung mga successful person natin, sila Warren Buffett, sila Steve Jobs, no? Sabi nga nila, you have to have a passive income. Meaning to say, kahit natutulog ka, dapat may pumapasok sa yung money para magkaroon ka ng stable life at the same time ano nga yun, comfortable life. So yun naman yung lahat yung goal natin ng karamihan. So
mm,
ayun.
tama po, Yung sinuksok niyo po mismo yung dudukutin niyo, guys, hindi po yung sinuksok ng ibang tao. Okey, para malinaw po tayo, para
Oo,
malinaw po tayo,
tama.
baka yung iba, yung iba yung nanukso, kayo yung tagadukot. Okey, so yun,
Oo.
iba po
Tsaka
yan.
yung I deserve, dapat bawas-bawasan natin yun ha. Tsaka yung YOLO. Kasi YOLO talaga. Pero paano pag bukas? Sige, swipe ng card. Pagdating sa bayaran, iyakan tayo. So, yun yung mga dapat nagbabawas din tayo kasi we have to also assess and check our lifestyle, no? Kung paano ba tayo nabubuhay. So, yun.
Alright, so which leads po to my next question. Yung YOLO-YOLO na yan, we often hear po, live life to the fullest. Di mo madadala yung pera mo sa hukay, di ba? Yung only live once hanggang sa wala nang matira. Pero at least sumaya ka daw for a moment. And vice versa, ipon ka ng ipon, pero tumanda ka ng malungkot naman. So does that mean po ba na money can buy happiness?
No, actually ano, tanggalin natin yung konteksto na ano, yung money hindi natin madadala sa hukay.
Mhm.
I'm a believer kasi na we are all a steward of God, no? So lahat ng natatamasa natin na pera or lahat ng natatamasa natin ng luxury or comfort ng buhay ay binigay sa atin ng Panginoon, no? We are only stewards or kung paano natin siya mapapalago, okay? Pero yung pag hindi natin siya madadala, okay, hindi talaga natin siya madadala. Tama naman na mag-enjoy ka. Pero ang tanong kasi doon, how do you balance ba yung enjoyment and savings and investing? Tama naman na yung you work hard and then you play hard. Pero again, no, everything is in moderation and everything should be in balance. Kung nabubuhay ka mag-isa, better, no? Good for you. Pero kung meron umaasa sa iyo sa paligid mo, tama ba na mag-YOLO ka? Tama ba na hindi ko madadala, so I spend, no? Okay lang 'yon kung may pumapasok na money. Pero yung kinabukasan mo or yung future ahead should also be considered. Ayan.
Alright, so thank you so much, Miss Farah. Ayan, so ayan. Okay, so next question po is, would like to know also if how much savings does an average Filipino have?
Ah, pagdating doon, hindi natin masasabi, no, kasi iba-iba tayo ng ano, ng sweldo. But as I mentioned, no, majority or based on the survey, no, 12 to 16% ang sinisave ng mga Pilipino. But ang ina-advise sa Filipino, kung kaya, is 20% of the savings. So, yung 100% na kinikita ng isang tao, kukurot ka doon ng 20%. Tapos yung 20% na yon, ihati-hatiin mo siya, savings, emergency fund, and for the luxury or travel or whatever goal you want or investment, no? Pang-apat, pwedeng investment. Again, this is not a Bible truth. It's an encouragement or we can recommend, but it's all up to you on how you make gastos of your earnings. So when it comes to the standard, parang I don't think meron naman, no. So as I mentioned kanina, kung hindi kaya na magkurot ng 20% sa pinakasweldo or sa kinikita or sa hawak na money, at least konti-konti. Pag naipon mo naman yun, dadami siya. So yun.
All right. Thank
I
you, ma'am.
hope I
So,
answered the question, no?
yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Clear naman po. So, my last question po would be, for the shoppers, online shoppers po, no, na nawili na sa online shoppings, or yung ordering food via online food delivery service po, no. So kung araw-araw na po, or more than or I think twice a day na ginagawa ng shopper na to, no. Is it bad na po ba? Masama na po ba, or considered na po ba siya as addiction?
Siguro babalik tayo sa common use of money. Ano ba yung necessity versus the luxury? Kailangan mo ba talaga siya? You really have to assess yourself between, kailangan ko ba 'to ngayon? Kailangan ko ba siya o nagustuhan ko lang? Kasi kung palaging gano'n, mamaya pagkita mo sa likod mo, ang dami nag-file up na lahat ng in-add to cart mo. Tas in the end, hindi mo naman siya magagamit. In the end, wala rin naman siya. Sayang naman talaga yung pera, 'di ba? Kasi wala lang, for the sake lang na gusto mo lang siya. Kasi nga, you deserve it. Laging kaka-deserve. Deserve ko to. Sige. Yon. So, I think yun, no? Self-assessment is one, and at the same time, you really have to check on what is your need, or you have to compare the necessity versus the wants or the luxury. Ayun.
All right. So thank you so much, Miss Farah. So
Thank you.
final words po before we end the session. Final words for the graduating students, and for the I think may senior high school po tayong mga audience.
Oh, that's good. So for everyone, no, for all those na gusto mag-apply in the future, so kindly access the link na nag-show sa screen ninyo. So ayan. Thank
All
you.
right.
Thank you for
Thank you
having
so
me
much,
here.
ma'am. Thank you so much, Ms. Farah, for sharing your time and your expertise po for today's session. We wish to have you on our next set of webinars. Thank you so much, Ms. Farah. Ingat po.
Thank you. Thank you. Have a nice day. Thank you.
All right. So there you have it, guys. So to officially close our program, may we invite Ms. Iris L. Alagon, Director of Student Recruitment and Admission and OIC of Alumni and Placement Service, for the closing remarks. Ms. Iris?
Yeah, thank you, Miss Joyce. So, a pleasant afternoon to all. On behalf of Emilio Aguinaldo College, we would like to take this opportunity to thank everyone who made this virtual career orientation seminar possible and successful. Thank you to our very supportive senior high school principal, Sir Ernesto Guillermo Jr., senior high school coordinators and advisors, to our ever dynamic and supportive Vice President for Academic Affairs, Dr. Rebecca Miranda, and to all the deans and Sir Robin Reyes of EAC Communication Team, and especially to Jobs180.com team, Sir Kim Chua, Miss Shari, and to all the speakers and the rest of the technical team. Thank you so much for your precious time and effort, and that we appreciate everyone. To all the students who participated in this event, congratulations in advance. I hope and I pray na ang natutunan nyo po dito sa seminar ng Jobs 180 ay makatulong po sa inyong future career plans. So again, we thank you and congratulations, and above all, we give God the glory. Fuego General. Thank you, Miss Joyce.
Thank you also, Ms. Iris, for collaborating with Jobs 180 and trusting us to power your events again and again. See you po on May 12 po for our virtual career fair. Thank you so much, Ms. Iris. All right, so there you have it, guys. We are done with the talk proper and successfully tackled all the topics assigned for today's session. So maraming salamat po also to our guest speakers from Shearwater Health and Makati Medical Center, Sir Pao and Ms. Farrah. Thank you so much po. And please do not forget to evaluate this event for Emilio Aguinaldo College students. So the link is flashed on your screen and is also available at the comment section. Please do evaluate. This will serve as your attendance for today's session. So meron po kayong two attendance. Yung first po, the registration link from Jobs 180, and this one, the evaluation, post-evaluation from EAC. So I think the evaluation is up po until the end of the day, Miss Iris. Or 1 hour lang po ba open siya? Okay. So habang hindi pa nagko-close, please do it now. Evaluate the event. All right. So we would like to thank each one of you guys for staying all throughout the event. We hope that the webinar helps you be prepared in the world of work. Sabi nga ng speakers natin kanina, it's okay to fail. Just stand up and try again. All right. So try lang ng try. And we would like to thank also EAC, especially Ms. Iris, again, for collaborating with Jobs 180. We would like to thank also our sponsors for being our corporate sponsors for this event. And for more career opportunities, you may visit www.jobs180.com, guys. And again, if you're interested, Jobs 180 is hiring for a customer support officer and IT officer for full-time position. So please submit your resume link at jobs180.com/jobs180, or you may email us at info@jobs180.com. Ayan. So please watch out for the next set of webinars we are going to host for. Please check our Facebook page for the topics that will be discussed. And you are welcome, guys, to join in on those sessions too. So the program is finally concluded. This is your host, Joyce Katakutan. We will see you soon and have a great afternoon. Ingat, everyone.
Change. It happens when you least expect it, but also when you embrace it. At Accenture, we help the world's biggest brands thrive through change. Our people combine technology and creativity, expertise and experience, learning and collaboration, passion and purpose to make a difference for our clients, their customers, our company, and our communities. Behind every great change is a great human. Bring your skills, your curiosity, and your true self to your work every day. Let's do incredible things. Let's deliver on the promise of technology and human ingenuity.